You have to say it for it to come. If you don't say it, you don't believe in it enough. You can know it in your heart, but if you don't say it, you don't believe it enough. It's the end of the year and people are trying to get gifts. They're trying to figure out what goals did they accomplish, what goals did they not accomplish. And so people usually are stressed around this time. It's why I'm so thankful for Hour of Meditation. My church has a godly meditation meeting every Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. So that's what I'm preparing to go for. I notice that anytime I participate in it, I'm usually at peace, I'm usually feeling rested. And honestly, these last few weeks, work has been a lot. It's been a lot. Your girl has been fighting with sleep, so I really am craving that peace, I'm craving that stillness and quietness, and so I'm getting ready to go to Hour of Meditation at Cornerstone Christian Church of God. And I know my life is not going to be the same. I know I'm going to go through this Christmas holidays, this New Year's. It's holiday festivity season without any issues. I know I'm going to go through it with peace of mind. It's just going to be a fun time with family and friends. It's not going to be a stressful period for me. I know that. I believe it. I have faith that that's what it's going to be for me. The focus was mostly on gratitude, and the apostle was really talking about how some people act as though God has not done anything for them all year, which is not true. Because really, if you keep track of all the things that have happened to you, or like he said, if you keep track of all the gifts that you have received this year, like monetary gifts, gift cards, whatever, you can actually see that indeed this year was not just a waste. And he also said that life comes in seasons, right? So not having money is a season and having money is a season. Having something and not having it are two different seasons. And if you're not able to enjoy and draw from the blessings of the season you're in, you are going to be unable to enter into your next season, which I believe is so true. And I don't know what anyone is going through right now, but I want you to know that that season is not forever. Just really trying to find the good in every season, focusing on the good, focusing on good things that are happening to you, focusing, like, it's really all about intentionality, right? So really just understanding that, okay, this is my reality. It's not what I want, but also there are so many other things in this reality right now that I can be thankful for. Is a posture to be in to receive more, especially if you're a Christian and you believe in God, because that's one way for God to really just zoom in on you and give you every single thing that you want and more. I want to talk about achievements this year, and for me, a goal for me that I'm really proud of was being able to really just read the Bible this year. So at my church, Cornerstone Christian Church of God, the goal was to read the whole Bible. So every single month we'll be given books to read. And so as of December, we're in Jude, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Revelations. Guys, I'll tell you right now, I was in Jeremiah. I'd stopped somewhere in Jeremiah, I'd gotten stuck. I don't even know. I don't remember what chapter I was in. Let's just say that's where it was. And the apostle really was, I think it was a Bible study. Apostle was really talking about how we are not the pastor of the church, but we are stuck in Jeremiah. Are we the weeping prophet? And that really was, to me, I thought that was very personal, and I felt like I was in a one-on-one conversation with him, because I was like, okay, this is very specific. I'm stuck in Jeremiah 1, and 2, I'm not the weeping prophet. I refuse to be the weeping prophet. And if he had to say it multiple times, that alone is a sign that's an instruction from above, right? So for me, I took that as, okay, I'm going to try my best. It's already December. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to see how far I'll go. I'm really hoping that by the 31st of December, I'll make it to Revelations. I'll come and tell everyone that I made it to Revelations. But let's be real here. I have a job. I have other things that I'm busy doing, but I'm going to try my best. Guys, let me tell you. So the 10th of December 2023, I finished the Bible. I'm so excited. But for me, that was a very strong proof of, if you put your mind to something, you can do it. And I also had accountability partners where I put it online. I put it on Instagram and TikTok. I was like, okay guys, I have just a month, but let's see how far I'll go. I'm rooting for myself, even if nobody's rooting for me. So I'm really proud of myself that I did that. It's one of my greatest achievements this year. The second one for me is trusting in God, learning to trust in God. When you're a person that likes to be in control, likes to have things go the way you want it in a certain way, it's really, really hard to just let go, just settle down and just really believe that it will all work out for you. Like, even if it's not going the way you want it, it will always still work out for you. And one thing about reading the Bible and understanding God's word is that he says is that his plans are better than our plans, and he says that what's meant for evil will turn to for our good, right? So knowing all of that and seeing what he's done for people in the Bible. Okay, now if you say, okay, these characters are it's long, far gone, and I really want somebody that is close to my reality. Okay, now you listen to testimonies, you go to church, you listen to testimonies, you look out there, you see what God is doing for physical flesh and blood that you can see, your co-workers, your friends, your parents, your family members, and you're like, okay, or even personally in your life, you're like, okay, I think I'm just going to give this a try. I'm going to really try to trust God and also lean on the Holy Spirit, right? So for me, that's really one of my things for this year, my goals for this year was really just to settle down and just trust God. And of course, as a human being, you still try to do what you want to do, right? But then you realize that, okay, there are human limitations, which when I got to those points, then I realized that, okay, I needed to let go. And one thing about God is he would blow your mind. And there's so many things that happened this year that I'm sitting there and I'm like, God, is this even me? Because like my mind was literally blown down to even, I've not shared this testimony on here yet, but down to me obtaining my Canadian citizenship. The way that story unfolded, I'm still in now. I up to today I don't feel like maybe it was me. I feel like it was someone else. Like, that's how mind-blowing that day was for me. But I find that that's also one way for you to be very grateful, like moving on in life, when you're faced with challenges, when you're faced with things that you don't like, just looking back at me like, okay, has God not come through for me before? Or you look for a particular situation that's happened to you in the past where God came through for you. You're like, okay, you know what, I can really just, it's not what I want, but I believe that it will work out for me. Finally. I also want to talk about declarations or your words. One thing this year has taught me was that your words are so important. Your words are so important. And Apostle Emmanuel always says, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. You have to say it for it to come. If you don't say it, you don't believe in it enough. You can know it in your heart, but if you don't say it, you don't believe it enough. And for me, one thing this year was like, okay, I know in my heart of heart that God is going to come through for me, but I think that I believe it, but I'm actually saying it. I'm actually acting it. Because I know one thing, once you say it, your mind recalibrates us. Like, okay, this girl is on this level, we got to move on this level. And also the things you say to yourself about yourself, even when you make mistakes or you're faced with challenges, are so important. So you're not going out of your way to call yourself stupid or dumb or any of those words, but you're showing mercy to yourself just as much as you show mercy to someone. Learning that my words are so important, learning that I cannot just say whatever I want, because in our mouth lies power, lies the power of life and death, which is in the Bible. So that means that whatever I say can't come to pass. So even if I'm faced with a situation that I'm not really happy with, or I find that is not what I want, still always being intentional and dragging my attention back to the positives and dragging my attention back to what God has done for me in the past, and leaning on those, anchoring my faith on those, instead of trying to speak negative in that moment, because that moment is going to pass, but what you're left with is the results of what you said you wanted, right? And so just really intentionally focus on speaking the right words, focusing on declaring the right things, even though your reality is, maybe your reality is here, but you're declaring that you're here, you're declaring that you're fine, you're declaring that you're well, you're declaring that you're prosperous, you're declaring that you're wealthy, even though God knows your bank account is on E, is on red, right? So your spirit has to know it, your mouth has to say it, and then eventually the reality will come to pass, right? So knowing that your words are so important. That's what people call manifestation, by the way.
I've seen evidences of where I've said something, I've declared something about a situation that was not going my way, and for it to reverse itself and come back in a way better situation than I imagined and I thought, and I'm like, okay. Keyword for 2023 was being intentional, learning to be intentional. Learning to be intentional about the kind of thoughts I think, learning to be intentional about the words I speak, learning to be intentional about the people I keep around me, learning to be intentional about focusing, trying to change my whole mindset and perspective on the situation that's happening and focusing on the good. That was my keyword. Anyway, I really just want to say thank you to every single one of you that have joined me on this channel, that have supported my dreams on this channel, my vision on this channel. We have cooked, we have laughed, we have cried. We have done so many things on this channel, and I only started 2 months ago. I'm so thankful for all 151 subscribers. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I'm so thankful for all the views that you have given me. I know we are 151, but the views are not even giving 151. They are giving way more than 151 people on this channel. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for how well 2023 went for me, and I believe it went for you as well. I'm so grateful for all the lessons that were learned in 2023. I'm grateful for all the things that happened and the things that did not happen and the things that we are still working on. I'm grateful for the down and the highs and the lows. I'm grateful for the ups. I'm grateful for all the people that came and all the people that left and all the people that still stayed. I'm so grateful to God for making us see this day, the last day of 2023. It's a privilege, it's an honor to be alive today. And I tell you, if you think God has not done anything for you at all this year, you being able to see the 31st of December 2023 is a miracle, it's a blessing. And I hope you realize that, and I hope you really sit down and just imagine the fact that there are so many people in the hospital right now. They wish to be with their families, but they're not, and it's sad. Or there are people who have lost loved ones this year and they wish they had lived to see this day. We are not better than them. It's all just because of the mercies of God. And I'm so grateful for all of us being here right now. I'm so grateful for you all. I'm grateful for the life that we lived in 2023. Yes to more in 2024. Yes to better in 2024. Yes to greater heights in 2024. Yes to more of God's glory in 2024. Yes to more joy, more peace, more love, more happiness, more money, more prosperity, more grace, more peace, more stability in 2024. I look forward to all the great things you're going to do together. I look forward to all the meals you're going to cook together, all the chit-chat you're going to have, all the people that are going to come on this channel as guests, all the trips you're going to take together. I look forward to all of that. And I hope you have a very good New Year's Eve. I hope you have a wonderful New Year. I'm spending New Year's Eve in church, cross over with the Lord, because heck, you're not going to find me in the club. You're not going to find me at home. You're going to find me in church, because that's the tradition. That's just the right thing for me to do. Spend time with God because he deserves it all. Start my year with God again because he deserves it all. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for rocking with me. Until next time, I'll see you in 2024. Peace.